Good morning, good morning, good morning, friends. Happy Tuesday. I'm out here at Summerwinds this morning. This weekend is our plant and seed swap here at Summerwinds on Bell. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about that, and I also wanted to share with you what is in stock at Summerwind. So if you're meeting up with us this weekend, you can plan your budget, and if you're not, you can start making your list for what you want to get at Summerwinds. So real quick, when we talk about the plant and seed swap this weekend, something that was really effective for us last time, which was unplanned, but a couple of people came with a list of seeds that they were actually looking for, that they were wanting to give a try. So I think that's a really smart thing. I've got some specific seeds that I'm going to bring to share, like Rosella. I harvested a lot of Rosella seeds last year, so I'm going to kind of put maybe 4 or 5 and or more, because I've got a good size amount. So I'm probably going to put those together in some individual envelopes labeled Rosella or ready to share for anybody that wants to. So it's kind of a community type swap where you come with your needs, we come with our seeds, you come with your seeds, we come with our needs, and from there we trade and swap. And a lot of times, like, I'll know by the end of this week what plants I'll be bringing, because a lot of us overplant for our spring and summer gardens. So we've got a lot of plants to share in that regard. So I would say, though, that a quick way to make sure that you get some things that you want is maybe make a list of the different seeds that you'd like to try out, but maybe you're not really ready to jump on the wagon as far as buying those seeds. I think I'm going to work myself back over to the shade. Okay, so we're going to get here. I'm going to get here on Saturday, probably about 8:30 in the morning, and I'm going to get set up. And then the Girl Scouts, I'm sure, will be out here because this is the time of the year that they're here. And so if you guys want to join me about 9 or so, so then if you've got some seeds specifically that you want to share, maybe do like me and put those in some packets already, or a little Ziploc bag, or a little DIY make it packet. Label those, have them ready, and then if you want to, like I am, want to go ahead and bring your whole seed box, then that way, when our friends have their little list of requests of seeds that they want to try, then we can go through our seed box real easily and share with them. So I love getting together with you guys. Last weekend, I went and helped Leslie, one of my subscribers here, and she's also in the Facebook group. She she really goes crazy when she plants her tomatoes, and beyond going crazy, she has really become a phenomenal grower. And like, even here secretly at Summerwinds, a lot of this stuff they get from these big growers doesn't even look as good as Leslie's tomatoes. So she had a big sale last weekend, and so she might be good for a minute. But if you're like me and you like strong, healthy plants, then you might want to get connected in with Leslie, to get into any plants that she has left that she's not bringing to share next week with our group. Okay, so now I want you to remember that Summerwinds has 3 locations. I am closest to and most often frequent the one on Bell Road, 67th Avenue and Bell. So that's where we'll be meeting for our meetup. But Summerwinds also has a location in Mesa, and they also have one on Tatum Blvd. One thing that I love about Summerwinds is that you can always call ahead and say, hey, do you have XYZ? There's always people out here in the actual garden area with their little walkie-talkies. So they'll run out and they'll see if they've got that particular plant, because I know some of you don't live that close to Summerwinds, but you want good quality plants like Summerwinds offers. So I'd highly recommend even though I'm going to show you what they've got, and one of the managers said, Ryan's not here today, but Cameron said that they're actually going to be getting even more spring and summer plants in this afternoon. So by the time we get here on Saturday, there's probably going to be a lot of fun stuff here. But like I said, even though this Summerwinds has particular things, you might call to the Summerwinds closest to you and just say, hey, I wanted to check before I made the drive. And they're so friendly. They're so helpful. They'll surely run out and check that out for you. So I'm going to flip the camera around now, and we're going to kind of start over here. There's a lot of tomatoes available. So they've got their bulk ones over here that you can get in 6-packs. These are mostly a lot of hybrids, and there's nothing wrong with hybrids. Hybrids were actually hybrids because they give us protection against different types of pest, disease. I just got through reading a really great book called The Epic Tomato by Craig, I think it's Lahore. And so I learned a lot that I'm going to be sharing with you over the next couple weeks. So right here are some huge tomatoes. So if you're just a one tomato plant person, this baby's already got fruit on it and it's ready to go. On this table, we've got 6-packs of zucchini, different kinds of squash. These are some pumpkins right here. A little bit of snow peas left over, and as we slide over here, we've got a little bit of the winter crops left over mixed in with some eggplant. So some peas, carrots, and then some more tomatoes. So we kind of have it layered in a little bit, because as we cross back over here, we're going to see Swiss chards, kale, again, more carrots. So these lettuces, keep buying these lettuces because these lettuces will do well for some time and there's no reason to not benefit from it. There's still some brassicas left over mixed in with some corn, which is so fun. As we round here, we've got more and more carts coming out with, again, more cucumbers here on the bottom, some lemon sun squash, some green zucchinis up here, some early, I think that's straight neck or just yellow squash. And then we've got some globe artichoke over here. There's some ones that look really happy on the other side. Got a whole table full of peppers here, all looking sweet. Jalapenos, chili, some serrano, and Hungarian wax, and sweet banana peppers. Now remember, if you buy a pepper like this serrano, all peppers that end up being red have to start out green. So just don't let yourself get disconnected from yourself about if you messed up and bought the wrong type of pepper. Because all peppers have to start out green to get to their new color. Now here, this is a real mishmash of things. We've got fun lettuces. I love red romaine. And then we've got some kale mixed in with some real scrawny mescaline mix. But right here in the middle, we've got some strawberries. Now, you know my rule about strawberries. It's really something to plant in the fall. But if you're just now getting to the game, get your strawberries in. Find a nice place where they're going to get shade in the afternoon, but plenty of sun during the day. Oh, I'm located in Arizona, so I'm sorry I didn't have to get connected to you when you asked that question, but I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, so it's been wonderful here this last week in the 80s. For the rest of the month, we're kind of going to be in a mix of the 60s and 70s with our overnight temperatures about mid 40s to 50s. So yeah, a little bit different than South Carolina. So there's also some bulbing onions here. On this cart, we've got more squash. And this is a good time to be getting squash here because you know that these small plants are perfect. They're not root bound. They're ready to go. If we let these plants sit here for a little bit longer, they're going to have a little bit more of a time settling in. And you can see there's tons of flowers over here that you can choose from too to get your spring garden going. Beautiful geraniums. Then we've got some friends over there in the herbs, but there's tons of herbs available, both this spring, some left over from this summer. And like I said, there's some globe artichoke over here that looks really, really healthy and really awesome. So this is the one that's going to give you the big, beautiful artichokes. Believe it or not, these do wonderful here in Arizona. Again, some people think that they do a little bit better with afternoon shade. Some people say that they do awesome in full sun all the time, and they just don't care. I'm right now so excited about my lavender, and they've got a couple of different varieties of lavender here. We got, again, some brassicas. I'm in love with all this lettuce. It looks so beautiful, so lush, so healthy. Now we're into some bigger peppers over here. Some ones that are a little bit further along. Some beautiful shishitos. Then we've got some more strawberries over here that actually have my girls called them straw babies when they were little. So a couple of them already got straw babies on them. Pretty little flowers. Now, if I were planting these in my garden right now, as sad as it feels, I would pluck all these flowers off. And I'd really try to work on getting my plant a little bit stronger before I started taking from it. But you do what you want to do. And as we come over here, we've got just kind of their excess of single containers. So mostly we've seen the 6-packs of peppers. Again, more cucumbers over here and tomatoes. Lots of tomatoes over here. So let me flip back around for a second so I can admit to something. So I'm working on a video for you at home where I'm taking you through all of my spring planting, and I tell you why I made certain choices to be in cups. And one of the biggest ones, instead of direct sowing into the garden, is so that I could have more control over managing the overnight temperatures. Well, I kind of messed up between Sunday and Monday and did not mind the temperatures. And so yesterday I noticed that a lot of my really happy, vibrant tomatoes are kind of looking a little meh. So if you're buying these tomatoes right now, it's okay. Just know that you've got to pay attention to the overnight temperatures right now. Or really, it's that first thing in the morning, because we're different. Like if you're in somewhere like South Carolina or Arkansas, where I'm from, it's the overnight that really gets you. But here in Arizona, it's that first thing in the morning temperature. It's that 6 o'clock in the morning, because all night long it'll be like this, and then right there in that 1 or 2 hours right before we're waking up, that's when it's the very coldest. So yes, buy all this stuff, but if you've got a greenhouse, maybe take it into the greenhouse at night for the next couple weeks. I know once we get into March, everything will be great, but don't let one of these little last cold snaps break your heart. So tiptoe into what you're doing. And then I'm going to show you also over here, this is a local grower, and this is the time to come through these local plants, because this is her first round of some really awesome, that's a Constelluta Florentina. So these are her like first round of, tomatoes, like her first round of heirlooms that she's put out. So this is the time to buy again, because she probably won't produce or put out these varieties again for this season. And then you're also getting first dibs on, the best, the youngest, the healthiest, nothing that's been sitting in a container for a long time. So this is the time to come and get these locally grown things. You can see that there's plenty of leftover stuff: parsley, mizuna, cauliflower. And if you want to take a chance on these things, go for it. I'm of the mind right now where I'm culling my winter stuff and I'm really focusing on my spring varieties. So I want to encourage you to do that too. And this is a sweet, sweet little bed right here. A great example of how you could take, it's relatively small. It's about 2 foot long, maybe a foot wide. And there's some thyme in here. And what is that? Some kind of flower. There's some lemon verbena, some lavender, some pretty primrose flowers, some sage, and some rosemary. So that is a really sweet little setup there. And I think I've shown you everything as far as vegetables go. So obviously we don't see any melons out, so those will probably be coming soon. This is a lot of their citrus. Not exactly the perfect time of year to be planting citrus, but if you can do it with some protection, give it a shot. It's your money. So with that, I'm going to wrap up and wish you the best day. I hope that we get a chance to see you this weekend here at Summerwinds. And if not, I just hope that you're geared up and getting pumped about your spring and summer gardens. So until next time, which will probably be like my kind of take you along my planting my spring and summer garden. That might be the next video that you see. And if all is willing in the technology world, we might get to see some of that this afternoon. If not, this might be your video of the day. So I hope you have the best day ever, friends. Thank you so much for tuning in whenever you get a chance, and I look forward to seeing you next time.